So let me tell you how I have been navigating the foreign exchange crisis in Trinidad and Tobago and all the limitations that have been put on with the credit cards from the banks. All right. What it's going to take is you need to have the right accounts first. So two things I recommend everybody needs to have. You have to be able to supplement your banking needs and not just rely on the local Trinidad bank. So the two things I recommend is one, opening up a Wise account. If you want to know how to open this bad boy up, you can just jump on Google, type in Wise in Trinidad and look for my article, right? The next thing is you want to have a bank account either in another country or a bank in America. So I have my Bank of America account, right? The first way that I'm able to earn US dollars, right, is I have a business or, I encourage everybody to try to get jobs outside of Trinidad and Tobago or learn relevant in-demand skills and then start to freelance or start up their own little business and try to generate your own USD. So whenever I have anybody outside of Trinidad and Tobago book me for a service, book me to speak, whatever, I will always give them either my PayPal account, and when they pay me through PayPal, I have my Wise account connected to PayPal. So once the money goes into my PayPal account, my Wise bank account is connected and I can deposit the funds directly into my Wise account where the funds stay in US dollars, right? The next thing is, let's just say if the person doesn't want to pay via PayPal, then I can easily give them my Bank of America account information and they can pay me directly into my Bank of America. The money does not come back into Trinidad. It stays outside of Trinidad and Tobago and everything stays in US dollars, right? So when you can start to generate your own USD, that's always going to be a plus because now you have USD at your disposal without any limitations, right? Worst thing you can do right now is bring your money back into Trinidad because once it hits those banks, you're not getting your US dollars, okay? So that's one. But now let's just say you don't have a business, you're not freelancing, you just have TT dollars and you want to convert them to USD. Not a problem. There are a couple of ways that I do that. And this has saved me tremendously because guess what, folks? We all do things outside of Trinidad. Well, I shouldn't say all. Most of us do things outside of Trinidad. If you're somebody where you don't travel, you don't shop online, you don't do nothing outside of the bubble of Trinidad, this video is not for you. You don't need to worry about this. But for anybody that does anything outside of Trinidad and Tobago, this information is what you're going to need. So let's just say you need to travel or you got to handle your business, whatever the case is, but you need US. The first thing that I would do is one, you can use Western Union to do a direct deposit into your Wise account or to your US account, right? So this is what I would do. I would walk into Western Union, right? And there's no long talk. All I'm telling them is I need to do a direct deposit and I give them the banking information, right? This is all they need. I'm not going into that whole, this is to my Wise account, so this is for, no. I'm doing a direct deposit. This is the account information, okay? And this is the same thing with your Bank of America or your Chase, whatever. As long as you have your bank information, you're gonna tell them you wanna do a direct deposit. They will then take your TT cash or you could pay with your Links card and they will convert that TT and they will deposit the funds directly into your Wise account or your Bank of America account, right? And that's one way you can get the funds in or convert your TT dollars into USD. Using Western Union, doing a direct deposit, they convert your TT and they will put it into US dollars directly into your account. I don't care what the fees are because we don't have options. So don't comment, what are the fees? The fees are too. Listen, we don't have options for you to be picky, all right? So that's one way. The second way that I would convert my TT dollars into USD is there is a two-man game, right? So I have a couple of friends that have their credit cards. Everybody has their limits, right? Everybody I have insured, we have a little group, everybody has a PayPal account, everybody has a credit card, we all have various limits. So this is a two-man game in order to do this, right? Again, it's a bit of a roundabout way, but when you don't have options, it is what it is. So I would give my TT currency and I'd give it to my friend. They would put it on their credit card, right? They would then go on their PayPal account and they would send the money to my PayPal account. Now, the reason why we have to do it like that is because how the banks have blocked almost everything. You cannot directly upload money into Wise. They've blocked that. And we don't have the ability to upload funds directly into PayPal in the Caribbean. That's not an option. So we put the money on their credit card, they log into PayPal, they put in my PayPal address, my PayPal email, and they send the money to me, right? That money is going to be directly debited from their credit card. It's going to enter into my PayPal wallet. And then because my Wise account is connected to my PayPal wallet, once the money is in my PayPal wallet, I could then deposit into Wise. Now that TT money has now been converted to US dollars. And remember, it's going to stay in US dollars. Now, I do this every single month because I've realized it's pointless and a waste of time to keep TT dollars. I can easily walk into any store in Trinidad and I can pay with my Wise account, or I can put this into an ATM and I can withdraw TT currency whenever I need it. But I convert all of my money, or the majority of my money, into USD because that's more valuable, and we try to max out our US limits every single month and take our money outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Again, this is how we are circumventing our foreign exchange shortage. That way we have money. I don't like to go and travel and use my Trinidad credit card because, like everybody everybody has these situations. They're playing credit card roulette. Is it going to work today? Is it going to work tomorrow? Are you going to swipe for $10 and it decline? It happens all the time. So I don't use my Trinidad credit card outside of the purpose of what we do, right? That's really all I use on my credit card for. So we put the money on a friend's credit card. They use PayPal. They send the money from their PayPal account to my PayPal account. I then deposit the money into my Wise account, and it now is US dollars. What you want to do is you need to have a group of friends and max out your USD limits every single time, but max it out like that. That way you can now stockpile all of your US dollars so you don't have that shortage. Because if you're only, and remember, your whatever you're not using your credit card, it doesn't roll over. So we max out our USD limits by transferring the money into our Wise accounts. That way we now have US currency, and these you could use these anywhere in the world. You could use them for anything. You could use it online. I'm in Thailand. The only thing I use is my Wise account. That's all I use. And I don't even pull out my physical card. I use my Wise virtual card because guess what? I can tap to pay with everything. So even on my phone, I have my Google Pay. I have my Bank of America card and I have my Wise card. My virtual cards are here. So everything I do in Thailand, I just tap to pay, that's all I do. And I use my virtual card, I use my virtual Wise card because the number is different from the physical card. It's like two separate cards connected to one account. So what I do is I use the virtual card for everything. Like if I'm using any of the rideshare apps, any of the applications, I use the virtual card. That way, if the virtual card gets compromised, because it's already happened to me, right? One time I woke up and I'm seeing charges being debited on my Wise account. Within Wise, I submitted the request that I did not conduct these transactions. It took a few hours. They refunded the money. They told me that, yes, your card was compromised. They deleted the virtual card and they gave me a link to download a brand new virtual card, and I was off to the races again. When your physical cards get compromised, the bank has to cancel it and then they have to mail you a new physical card. So I don't really use my Bank of America card too much. And the virtual card, it's the same number. So what I would do when I'm traveling, right, or if I'm in a different country, I would load my money from my Bank of America card because I'm making money over here. I would load the funds into my Wise account, and it's safer for me to use Wise and use my virtual card for Wise because if anything happens, if it does get compromised, it's already happened to me in Thailand, it's easy to get the money back, and then you just delete the old compromised virtual card and you can download another one and off you go. All right. So that is how I have been navigating the foreign exchange crisis in Trinidad and Tobago. I started a business. Other people, I keep telling you, go and find a job outside of Trinidad. Go learn some relevant in-demand skills. That way you can start to generate your own USD. So I generate my own USD with my business. The second thing is when I have TT dollars, I go into a Western Union. I tell them I want to do a direct deposit. They take my TT dollars and I give them either my Bank of America bank information or my Wise bank account information. I give them that banking information and they take my TT to cash, or I can pay with links. They convert that TT dollars and they deposit the funds into my Bank of America account or my Wise account. The third thing is have a group of friends, right, that have USD cards. And every single month, max out your limits, converting the TT dollars and using that method of PayPal, having them send the money from their PayPal account to your PayPal account and then deposit it into your Wise account. That way now you can stockpile all of your USD. When you're using your bank cards, your bank credit cards, the USD limit does not roll over and you cannot stockpile US, right? And as we can see, they are reducing it. So every single month, me and my group of friends, we max out our credit cards and we dump all of our, we convert all of our TT currency and we get it out to Wise because we can go around and we can pay with Wise. Heck, even if we want to bring money back into Trinidad, we can connect our local bank account. So let me just pull this up for you, right? What we can do is we can connect, I can connect my local, oh, that was my Bank of America account. Let me just go pull up one of my actual accounts. Perfect. All right, so this is my Bank of America, right? This is one of my Trinidad accounts, okay? That is set up. That's what Scotiabank Trinidad, that is set up. So I can now send money from Wise and I can direct deposit the money from Wise and I could send it right into my local account, right? So you're not missing out. If you want to bring the money back into Trinidad, you could. Wise can send it directly back into your local accounts, but because this entire crisis is happening, you need to start getting your money out and stockpiling your USD outside of Trinidad. I closed all of my local USD accounts in Trinidad because we can never get the money back, right? So every single month, I convert the majority of my TT dollars and I convert it into USD by the methods I just said. Western Union or your group of friends, max out your credit cards, send the money to your Wise accounts. You could always bring the money back in. You could always use the cards locally at the ATM, points of sale, or you could use the virtual cards connected to your phone. Do whatever you want to do. And that is how I navigate the foreign exchange problem in Trinidad and Tobago. I do not use Trinidad credit cards outside of Trinidad, or I don't even use it outside of the method I just told you. It's much better for me to max out my credit card, send all the money to my Wise account, than travel with that card and then seeing it decline, and I'm not going through all of that. There's no issue when you're doing it like this. Your bank cards, your Wise cards, these things are not going to decline from you because all of the money on here is already in USD and there's no limit. Okay, there's no limit to how much money you can have on these cards. Wise does have a spending limit though. Wise does have a spending limit of 41,000 USD per month. You cannot spend more than 41,000 USD per month with Wise. But again, are you going to be spending 41,000 USD with Wise? All right, but there's no limit. All right, so I hope that helps you navigate the foreign exchange crisis and the credit card limitations in Trinidad and Tobago.